you have unique experiences because you played D1 lacrosse and went through a back injury.
Yeah.
And then had an amazing coach, Axel, right?
Yep.
That
Shout out Justin Axel, man.
gave you your first coaching experience during that.
Yeah.
And I've heard the stories over and over again, but for the listener, right, tell them about that in terms of how that got you your first taste of coaching, and then also bring in the kind of pool training and that whole study that you did so you can to aid recovery. Before you get started, Nick can do some, or we both can. We'll get to me later, but I took a whole different route to all of this kind of stuff. But Nick can do some stuff with injuries that's pretty incredible. But it started in college for him, and it's become like a lifelong kind of journey in terms of how he does it. So I wanted to kind of lead and get you into that.
This is where I get so excited on many fronts. Probably the biggest was how shitty that experience was, at least when I was originally going and growing through it. But really, it was my back injury. That was my junior year in college. I remember that. It was early October during our fall ball, and I had sustained an injury that ruptured 2 discs in my lower back. And that led me down a spiraling path that then brought me to a whole new sense of who I am and my purpose and mission and vision. But it was going through all of that really led to everything that I'm doing now. And Justin Axel, my coach, he was my coach at Eastern Connecticut State University. And when that happened, the first thing he told me was that he wanted to keep me involved. He wanted to keep me involved with the team, and the best way that we thought about doing that was having me help coach the defense. So anytime that I could make it to a practice and all the games, depending on my treatments and all that, I would be out there and at least engaged helping coach and run the drills for the defense. I didn't know how profoundly impactful that was going to be for both my athletic career and then from the coaching side of things. Because let me tell you, just the sheer power and observation alone, from that perspective, it put me in a position that fostered the mentality of understanding how the coach sees the game and how you can see the larger picture of these different plays and schemes playing out. That when you're an athlete and you're in the game, you're only seeing parts of it as they unfold, because you're in the game, as opposed to being out there and observing everything where you can see all these patterns kind of playing out. And what I started to notice when that junior year, when I was involved with the coaching aspect, I would be able to notice and see different the opposing team, their players, their offense, what they were doing, how they wanted to try to exploit the defense or execute a certain play. And from just being able to see that from the sidelines, and then giving my teammates like the inside scoop, if you will, telling them, hey, like what they want to do is they want to move it through X to try to get a backside pass. If we just cut off that pass to X, then we can let the on-ball defender do the work. They stymies the whole play right then and there, and then it puts us in control. Well, here was the cool piece of that. That carried over into my play my next year when I came back. Because I was a really, really great on-ball defender. And one of the things that Coach Axel would tell me, like my biggest area of opportunity was being able to not just be an amazing on-ball shutdown guy, but being more of a systematic team defender. That being able to execute not only that help or that slide role, but being able to be that third help defender and stuff like that. That I was able to really do after having that experience. It allowed me to take my on-ball game to just a whole different level. But then my performance overall as a player, it put me in an infinitely better place. I was able to see all these things happening in real time, unfolding to where I could time it when I was approaching my guy as he was attempting to get the pass. boom, easy check, ball down, ground, GB, then you go down the other way, transition score. It was so fast, so easy, so fun. And through that whole experience led me to really wanting to coach.